All right, here we go, 133 pounds. This will be a fun one. Sebastian Rivera in the purple, Seth Gross in the red. They met in the semifinals at the Midlands Championships back in December. It was Gross winning a wild one. He got a lateral drop from bottom, at least the bottom position, and Gross gonna go with the takedown. Clears the arms, attacks the legs, and he's gonna pick up 2 to go ahead early, 2-0. And that's what I'm saying, at Midlands, it was Gross, I think he was hit a stand-up. He was on bottom and they were on their feet. Hits a lat drop, picks up 4, and I believe he won by 2, but I'm not certain on that. And now we're gonna see Sebas makes his way out. He earns the escape, 2-1. Still inside the first minute. And if we want to look at our earlier matches, you know, Gross did not look amazing. He wrestled Joey Silva of Michigan, who is tough, but it got dicey. He wasn't on my mat. I looked over though, and saw Silva get a takedown or 2 in the third, and he was chasing, closing the gap. Gross has had maybe a little bit more time to recover, or who knows? Time's gone by. And he's gonna go with the over-collar shrug, and no, there's a 2-point takedown, another one for Gross. Sebastian did his damnedest to fight it off. But Gross looks more like the wrestler we've seen from the past. The Gross of old. And one thing to consider as we look for him to try to get a tilt here, looking for points. And we're out of bounds, no points on the tilt. But let's keep in mind, Seth Gross, while he's wrestling 133, and these guys weighed 133 today, he's going to be making 125 just 2 weeks after the NCAA championship. So you got to think he's got to be keeping his weight somewhat low. You know, walking around at 135. I'm making this up, I'm guessing, but you know, you don't think you want to walk around more than that. 137. Whereas these 33-pounders may come up over 140. So Sebastian up to his feet, Gross down to a leg, and that should be 1. Over on the edge, and indeed it will be. So 4-2. Seth Gross with the lead, 46 seconds to go in the period, and minute 20 riding time built up in favor of the Wisconsin Badger. They're gonna hit Sebastian Rivera for stalling. And I think Andrew House said that's an explanation. I didn't hear exactly what he said. He just said the first one was a stalemate and the second was a stall call. And Rivera gets to the leg now, coming out the back door. Gross has an ankle. Seth Gross is good in these scrambled positions. Rivera's gonna try to take his time. Look into Gross. Gross has that leg kind of isolated. Rivera turns too hard. That knee's not gonna twist. And so they're gonna stalemate that, and the Jersey crowd doesn't like it. Of course, Sebastian Rivera, the New Jersey native. First period comes to a close, 2-1. 4-2, 2 takedowns to none. Seth Gross leads Sebastian Rivera. Gross covers Rivera underneath. Sebastian backs up to his feet. Gross gonna try to bring him back down to the mat, does so. And Rivera's away, 4-3 early here in the second period. Plenty of match left to wrestle. Gross with a pair of takedowns in the first. Sebastian got to a leg attack. It was stalemated, and in the middle of the scramble because it was a stalemate position, but was trying to work through it. Gross didn't allow him to. We're back to a 1-point match. And again, we see Rivera get to that leg. He was there before. Seth Gross, though, so comfortable when guys are in on him. Now Rivera gets to the corner. Nice adjustment. Gross still in a decent position. He goes back to that wizard. It's a closed wizard on his shin. Sebas taking his time. And Gross gonna drop down. Wise move. He passes the leg. Now he's coming out the back door, and it's Rivera over the top, draped. Gotta be careful not to expose that back. If you do, not for more than 3 seconds. And we're gonna get a stalemate with 45 left to go here in the second. Rivera able to get to the legs a couple times, but man, getting to Seth Gross's legs and finishing on his legs are two different things. Two daunting tasks. And again, Rivera right to that same shot, kind of like a knee pull. He's got it up, he needs to finish quickly though. 12 seconds to go in the period, he's gonna get it. 2 points for Sebastian Rivera. And he's gonna have a 1-point lead with short time left in the second. Can Gross get away? No. 5-4 into the third. This one's getting exciting. Tries to clamp down on that near wing, does Gross from underneath. Rivera just staying behind the hips. Seth up to his feet. Rivera looking to bring him back to the mat. He does. Goes to chop. Gross tries to come right back up to his feet. He sits to his butt. And the riding time just comes down underneath a minute. As Rivera goes spiral ride, draped off to the left. And Gross gets away, 5-5. We are not in, and immediately Gross in onto Rivera's leg. Sebastian's gonna counter, gets it on a re-attack. Gross tries to come over the top, unable to. Rivera all the way to the corner, in on the single leg. Look for Gross to potentially dive under like he did in the last period. Gotta be very methodical in your finishes against Seth Gross. And Sebastian Rivera taking his time. Looks like he's easing his way into position. Has the leg up in the air. Over on the edge, Gross goes away to takedown. A takedown for Sebastian Rivera. 2 in a row, and he now has a 7-5 lead over Seth Gross. 44 seconds to go. In this Rutgers fan base, this New Jersey fan base, they seem very excited. Gross up to his feet, 39, plenty of time left in here. You gotta think Gross might get away. I don't believe either guy's been hit for stalling. Seven-six, 1-point lead for Rivera. Gross gets to the leg, head on the outside. Gross, oh! Great defense from Sebas, and again, Gross right back in on the leg, 12 seconds to go. Gross looking to finish, he has the leg hooked. Can he do it here? Sebastian Rivera trying to hold on. He's locked through the crotch. Neutral danger zone, nothing here, Rivera holding on. And Rivera's gonna hold on. Sebastian Rivera does it. He takes out Seth Gross in the semifinals. 7-6, your final score. And he will see the winner of RBY, Austin DeSanto, in the finals.